What is makeup to me? Makeup is both therapeutic for myself and the client. Makeup connects. I've always considered makeup a form of art. Certain brushes tailor to specific details and enhancements. Makeup is a representation of personality.
Ladies, tune in, let's go. Faith and real talk, let his goodness show. Ladies unfiltered, women, faith, realness. Gracey, misfeed, Jennifer, Jaye, fearless. Walking with God through life's ups and downs, sharing his love all around. Yeah. On Praise FM, where to live. The light don't dim. We talk hope, health, and trust in Him. Ladies unfiltered, keeping it true. What if the fader keep finding you? Ladies unfiltered, keeping it true. With God at the center, keep finding you.
Welcome to Ladies Unfiltered, and today we're going to be talking about Black history. And so we're going to kind of dive into not so much the trauma that we experience as a Black people, but more so Black joy.
I like that.
That's what we're going to focus on today. And I kind of want to start off with just talking about the fact that we're celebrating 100 years of Black History Month.
Oh, nice. I
That
did
is
not
so
know
exciting.
that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's been 100 years when Carter G. Woodson initially found or organized, put together the Negro, I think it's called what is it called? Negro History Week. Yeah, that's what it's
Negro
called.
History Week. I knew it
Yeah,
started
and
as
that
a
was-
week, and then
Yeah, it was
became a-
advanced
Yeah.
to, and then 50 years later, it became a month, and that's when President Gerald Ford had officially recognized it during the United States bicentennial, urging
Yes,
all Americans
yes.
to honor Black contributors. So that's exciting
because
to know.
Black history is American history.
That's right. That's right. And so, and then, a lot of people, they kind of like, especially Black people say, well, why do we have the shortest month? Why
Right.
is Black history celebrated?
Well, that's a valid question.
And it's like, what? And, and I really didn't know why. And, with doing my research, I was like, oh, I found out. And I think,
well, tell us.
tell us. We don't know. You say tell us. Well, actually, Abraham Lincoln birthday was February the 12th.
Right.
And Frederick Douglass birthday is February the 14th.
Do you know, I found out Frederick Douglass doesn't know when his birthday is.
And
Did
that's
you find
right,
that out?
right.
And he picked
yes.
the 14th,
They said
and I love that.
Well, he would celebrate. They said that he would celebrate around February the 14th.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know what? And that's not uncommon for
Right.
Black people to not know, because they would put it in a ledger, and things would happen. Back in that day, especially if they're on the run, that they misplace it.
Right.
Because we didn't have the stability.
Right.
as
And he
far
went
as-
to live with somebody else right away, right? So
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Abraham Lincoln birthday is February the 12th, and then like I said, Frederick Douglass is celebrating his birthday February the 14th. So that was interesting to know about that.
It's a good reason to have it in February.
Yes,
I love
yes.
Frederick
When you
Douglass.
think about the
Yes.
abolitionist, that's what he is. Frederick
Yes.
Douglass, and
And he
then
was
Abraham
such a smart
Lincoln.
man. Did you
Yeah.
know? Did anybody know that he was nominated to be vice president?
No, I didn't know that, but I knew that he was
The
in Congress. I knew that he
yeah.
was,
He
and he was a
didn't-
part of the civil rights movement.
Yes, and he didn't run. but somebody nominated him, wanted him to run, or they put him on the ticket or something.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, well, I did not know that. And I know a lot about Frederick Douglass, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. They called him the orator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good
Excellent.
speaker.
He could speak excellently, And in 1986, Congress passed a law. Did you know that? That made it National Black History Month.
I knew it was a National History Month.
Right.
I did not know that that's when it happened.
Yeah, Congress passed a law in 1986. So it made it National Black History Month, or some people use African American. I consider myself as black. So yeah. So it depends on which people terms are.
Interesting. So the current administration tried to take it away, but they can't do that if Congress passed it, right?
Right.
They can't. He can't just say.
I'm not in the legislature, but
Well,
I don't think
either,
you
but
can.
I'm curious because, like, if Congress passed it, you can't just say we're not going to do that anymore.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, we're doing it this month, so it wasn't really taken away, but
Yeah.
it was threatened, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, it's coming up. Well, I mean, I'm getting it mixed up with President's Day, because that's Abraham Lincoln's
Yes.
the celebration. Because we used to have. You remember how we used to have all those President's Days off?
Yes.
Washington, Abraham,
Yes.
and then they just
Washington's
made it
birthday,
one.
Yes.
So we're
Yes.
celebrating all of their birthdays on the. I think it's I want to say the 17th or the 16th of. No, it's not 16th. Yeah, it's next
I know that it's in February. and
Yeah,
I
it's
know
February
it's coming up.
16th, that Monday.
And everyone will be having a President's Day sale. You can count on that.
Right. Commercializing, right?
Commercialism.
Yeah. Okay. So, one of the things that like I said, I mentioned Black Joy, and actually there's a project. It's called Black Joy Project. I'm not going to go into it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that's a movement that is in place. But I kind of want to talk about what does the Bible say about joy, because I kind of wanted to kind of focus on more from a biblical perspective.
Sure.
And I do know that joy is internal.
Right.
And
Doesn't
that
have to do with your circumstances.
right, and that because how some people say, "How you so happy?"
Yeah.
When you was just explaining your situation,
Yes.
how you so happy?
Happy and joy are different.
Right, and or joyful. You don't look like what you're going through. You know how some people say, "I don't look like what I'm going
Yes.
through," and
Yes.
and that's when you have that joy of Jesus.
Yes. I have had a
Jesus and
lot
Jay.
of
You think
people-
about the two J's.
Yes.
And you can go through things with that joy that's in you.
Yes. The peace that passes all understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have had a lot of people tell me in the last couple of months that, oh, you're the strongest person I know. And I'm like, no, when I am weak, then I am strong. Because
That's right. Because he even said it in his word.
he did. Because
Yeah.
God is strong.
Yeah.
I am not. But
Right.
But yeah.
And Paul even talked about the fact that being weak in himself, which allows God to have control.
Right. Give God control, because we can't do it in and of ourselves.
Right.
And I think I was telling you earlier a story when we were on break, and in trying to get something ordered at the doctor, and calling and being on hold and just hitting brick wall after brick wall.
Right.
And I finally told one of my friends, I said, I'm just going to quit trying, because
Right.
if the door is to be opened, God will open it. And I have pushed this door as hard as I can push. And
In your own strength.
in my own strength. And if I keep pushing it, it's not going to matter. And I stopped and I said, okay, God, if you want us to have this done, then you'll open the door to have it done. And I'm done pushing the dang door. And the next day, it got done.
Yeah. Because you let go.
Because I let go.
Okay.
And said, let God.
Yeah. And it kind of led me to a few scriptures. There are a lot of scriptures on joy.
Oh, yeah.
But I felt that these three kind of tie in more so with the Black joy. Psalm 118:24, it says, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it." And Philippians 4:4 talks about to rejoice, to always rejoice. To rejoice in the Lord and always rejoice.
Yes.
Yeah. And then another one was James 1:2-4. It says, "My brethren," which is like brother and sister, "count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith because that faith muscle produces patience. Because God, that's when
God working on me.
But let patience have its perfect work, that you'll be complete and lacking of nothing. So that's
I like that lacking nothing part.
Yeah, because you won't lack. Because God promised He would supply every need. He didn't say some, few, many.
Right.
He said He would supply all your need according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus. So just knowing on that. But then I said, okay, so we talked about the biblical perspective of joy. But what does the world say about joy? Joy means a profound, long-lasting state of intense happiness, contentment, and satisfaction that often stems from inner peace or gratification. Unlike fleeting pleasure, because pleasure can come and go like a wave. Joy is frequently described as a deliberate, deep-seated emotion, or in some context, spiritual relevant choice that can coexist with hardship, which you was talking about.
Yes.
So it can go
yes.
at the same time. You can be joyful, but at the same time going through something.
Because praise is a weapon, y'all.
Yeah.
And Satan does tend to steal, kill, and destroy. He is out to get you. But praise is a weapon. And you let that joy bubble up and just praise God through whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I am not black. Shocking, I know.
But you have a black husband.
I do. But I'm thinking of in the movies that you watch and you see the old movies, the old black and white movies, and whenever it is showing about the era that there were slaves and stuff, they're singing songs of praise. They're worshiping God. They're coming together through that hardship and just singing those gospel songs.
Yeah. They sung those hymns when they were out in the field.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sharecroppers. Yeah. And
so that joy, just even through the hardship, it coexists.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so as far as black joy, I had research about black joy, and it said it's the intentional practice of finding and celebrating. Okay. So finding and celebrating happiness and pleasure and resilience within the black culture, and acting as a form of resistance against systemic oppression that is existing, and reclaiming anti-blackness and historical trauma. It also emphasizes living, thriving, and reclaiming humanity rather than focusing on surviving, and
we will
as a power of self-care.
Yeah, we will need to come back and hear more about that. I had something I wanted to say about.
Okay,
you might have to read
black
that
joy
again when we come back.
Okay.
But for now, we're going to take a break and let y'all listen to this song.
Yeah.
We gon' have a ball, y'all. Yeah.
Welcome back. You just listened to the Sounds of Blackness Optimistic. And so we're just going to resume with our talk about Black joy and what it means and some of the key components that I've learned by researching, and that the act of resistance, because remember we talked about that is resisting the systemic oppression that that racism or discrimination may bring on us, or just even focusing on the Black trauma that people experience.
Yeah.
Okay, and then and that kind of caused people to kind of like lose vision or not be innovative when they're constantly reminding of of trauma.
Yeah, it's like negative thoughts perpetuate negative thoughts.
Right. So the next thing is like cultural celebration. When you think about, we just had a festival, the Martin Luther King Festival. We just had here in Phoenix, which was led by our church, Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. So the cultural celebration. We have a lot of other celebrations about Black History Month here in Phoenix, and I believe was Phoenix the last state that's recognized Black history. Well, not really Black history, but Martin Luther King birthday. Was that?
Oh, I do not know.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard it was, but I'm not 100% sure you are.
Might have been, but did you know that
I
Black
didn't get a
History
chance.
Month isn't only celebrated in America?
It's not only celebrated?
It is not.
Oh.
I found out it is also observed in Canada,
Oh.
Ireland,
Wow.
the UK,
Okay.
Jamaica, France, Germany, and as of 2020, Africa.
Really? Oh,
How about
I didn't
that?
know that. That's some information to share.
So
Wow.
there are a lot of other countries also celebrating Black history, which I think is
That's
amazing.
good. Yeah, it is. I mean, because it's history. It's a part of
it's like
history, just like any
International Black History Month.
Right. And I mean, it's a part of history.
Yes.
So how can you eliminate it?
Exactly.
So reclaiming humanity.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Okay. And so forms of expression. You've heard of Black excellence, that
Yes.
success of Black people.
Yes.
You think about HBCUs. You think about
right.
Black Wall Street. That's what
Wall Street. I know.
Yeah,
what you
Black
mean.
Wall Street. And just think about that. Joy does not mean that it's absence of pain. Because, you think about there's purpose in our pain. Even though we may be going through something, but there's a purpose there.
Yes, I read recently, because of what we're going through, to don't focus on the process.
Yeah.
Focus on the promise.
Yeah.
Because when you're through the process and you reach the promise, there's going to be another process.
Yeah.
Because we're always growing.
We
and God's
always
working on us.
revolving. You're
So-
constantly revolving and
Yes.
growing and maturing.
And processes are not typically easy, but He has overcome the world.
That's right. That's right. So celebrating Blackness is the aim is to have a paradigm shift. That shift from the negativity to a more positive perspective of history, rather than focusing on our trials and tribulations, but think about our faith, Christianity, excellent achievements, accomplishments, creativity, leadership, empowerment, overcoming, being more than a conqueror, just thinking about those things. I was thinking about one of the scriptures, I think it's John 16:33, and it talks about that he said, God said, you may have peace, but in this world you will have tribulations. But he said, be of good cheer, because I have overcome the world. So we are more than conquerors. We are overcomers as a people, as a nation, because it's not just about Black history. It's not just about Black people. It's our history, our nation.
I love it because it was a Black man, I believe, that created the air conditioner. And I live in Phoenix, and I very much love my air conditioner, so thank you very much.
All right. Well, I mean, if you think about, what's his name, Garrett Morgan, just imagine we didn't have traffic lights. It would be a jam.
Right?
It would be jammed up. We wouldn't know which way who go first. You think about when the traffic lights go, all hell's break loose.
Yeah.
With the traffic light, everybody like looking at each other, trying to determine who should go. So, just thank God for that, you know. the innovation.
So many innovative ideas. Yes.
Right. So that comes to like restructure, reframing from the trauma or traumatic events that we've experienced as a nation, because it didn't just affect Black people; it affected all of us. You know,
it really did. You know, I grew up in Kansas, which was a free state, but so it's interesting, I think, because they were a free state, that we had whites only clubs. I remember as a young child that we belonged to the Elks Club in Lawrence, Kansas, and it was whites only. And I remember my father, he was a humongous, racist, awful man. But anyway, I digress. He was so proud of the fact that we belonged there.
Oh.
And me and my siblings had talked about how we never felt like we belonged there.
Oh.
But he did. He always did. And so my mother wasn't like that at all, and taught us to love everyone, and you know, skin color doesn't matter, and and even, you know, handicaps or whatever. Like she taught us, you love everybody. But my father wasn't like that. But the segregation happened in my lifetime is just amazing to me. Right. How far we've come, but why was it there to begin with?
Well, I mean, it's only been almost 62 years since voting rights. Yeah. You know, talking about 1964.
Yeah.
A year out.
In my lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, just reframing and looking at academics or the intellectual part of this focus, like HBCUs. And one of the things, you know, because I'm a nurse. So not yesterday, but Thursday was National Black Nurses Day, and they were on Capitol Hill.
That's a Black girl magic right there.
Well, I mean, that could be an example.
Not all nurses are women, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, Black nurses is, you know, gender, you know, as far as it's both genders. Right. You know? So that's not. It's not women only. We have some wonderful, amazing male nurses. So
yes,
I love our male nurses. And then innovation and inventions. You know, like we mentioned, like you said, the air conditioner.
Yes.
and I don't remember his name, but Garrett Morgan. But even remember the Hidden Figures, the three women?
Yes.
You know, brilliant African American women's. That was Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, who worked as human computers. And most people have seen that with the NASA, you know.
Yes, the movie. Yes.
Yeah, doing a space race, because they were racing, I think, Russia and some of the other countries they were racing
and that
against.
Made me think of the 688.
Yeah, I was going to mention the 688 Captain Charity Adams, who led that mission. That was
amazing.
Yeah, I had to look it up. It was 17 million pieces of mail.
17 million.
17 million.
What astounded me,
they sorted and delivered
in the U.S. mail, however long to do it, which was like years, and they did it in like 3 months.
Yeah, it was very like
by smelling
a miracle.
It, for the perfume and
all
the different things they did.
That's a skill, a talent that is unique.
The ingenuity, like
right,
yeah,
and to even come up with that,
yes,
you know. And then the arts and culture. Did you know? It's interesting because you know how we had the hymns, and then we went to jazz, and then R&B. You know, hip hop and blues, and did you know that Prince played 27 instruments in his debut album?
No, I didn't.
Back in 1978.
I did not.
That's amazing. And you know, I'm biased, but I'm a Whitney Houston fan.
Oh, who isn't?
You know, R&B
goodness.
And Tasha Cobbs Leonard. That's, you know, I'm a fan of. So just think about. And then your faith and belief. You know, today we have a lot of mega churches, you know, that are in existence. So just looking at, you know, our faith. Okay. And then as far as leadership, well, of course you see my shirt. And so the first Black president.
Yes.
Barack Obama.
Yes.
You know, first Black, Asian, diverse heritage, Kamala Harris as the first Black vice president. So, you know, Shirley Chisholm, who was the first Black woman in Congress, elected to Congress. Fannie Mae Hamer, Rosa Parks, and my special person, John Lewis. good trouble.
Good trouble.
So, all right. And then, do you know who the first self-made millionaire, female millionaire?
I don't know that, but I should. I've known it before in my life.
Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes. And I have seen that movie, and it is very good.
Yes, it is. So, I am just so grateful to be able to talk about that, Black history and the joyful part of it. So, anything else? Anything final comments about Black History Month?
I have so many, and this show is just way too short for us to talk about all of it.
Yeah, because it was kind of hard.
So many people and so many different things. And it's just amazing to me that the contributions that have been made.
Oh, yeah. And I left off a lot of people. My God.
Oh my, we could not list them all here.
Yeah.
But I think that it's so important for us to take time to remember it, to reflect on it.
Yeah.
And to remember it so that we do have that joy.
Right.
And instead of thinking of all the hard things, there were a lot of hard things and a lot of really awful things that Blacks had to go through. And for whatever reason, God had purposed that. But I think that remembering the joy and the good things that you mentioned, so many good things, and focusing on that is really important.
Right. And to be able to sit down with your children's children and talk about Black joy.
Yes.
Talk about the innovation, talk about the people who paved the path for us. So on that note, we just want to thank you for watching this episode of Black History Month with Ladies Unfiltered.
And we will be back next week. You can catch us on Praise FM Live. That's PRAYZ FM Live.